feel like you're aging prematurely and it's a freight train that you absolutely cannot stop? Well, a lot of us at one point in time have felt that way. And, it's interesting. It's one of those things where one day you wake up, you look in the mirror and you go, okay, in my head, I think I'm in my 20s or 30s. When I look in the mirror, what looks back at me is not that. I see all the wrinkles and things, and maybe the saggy eyes, and a little bit of droopy here. What's going on here, and in the neck, and all those kinds of places. So, we understand that gravity works, but we don't necessarily want to see it in our face, or for that matter, anywhere in our bodies. And understanding that, yeah, there is something that you can do about it. And, the sooner you start, the better. But that doesn't mean that if you've waited until now to start, that there is nothing that you can do about it, because actually there is a ton. But the first thing you have to do is you have to decide that you want to do something. So, and I'll give an example of this woman that I know who has gone into analysis paralysis. So she went onto the internet. She decided she wanted to look up something about what she could do for the fact that she is not sleeping, which makes her even more tired and crabby and eats wrong things, all that whole downward cycle. So she goes on to Google, right? Comes up with, I think she said 2.5 million hits as to what it is that she needed to do, and immediately went into overwhelm. It's like, I don't know which one to do. I don't know which one's right for me. This one says you do one thing. This one says, no, you don't do that. You need to do something else. And basically just being in a situation of being totally overwhelmed and not knowing what to do, which means that she ended up not doing anything, which then feeds into being frustrated and giving up and a sense of hopelessness. And that is something that really makes it difficult for us as a person. When you feel like that you're overwhelmed and there's nothing that can be done about it, then you start to give up and you start to pull in, and you see it in your body and in the way that you do things. And eventually you do start pulling back from the world, and then the world gets smaller. And, if I use the analogy, then, you end up in your home alone, and die, and nobody knows, and you're eaten by your pets, which, that's an extreme analogy, but, or extreme example, and not something that is going to happen to the majority of us as far as that's concerned. But I use it as an example to say, hey, there's stuff you can do now. But, being to the point where you don't do anything, it's kind of like that ostrich, right? And the ostrich it sees a predator, it decides, I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my head down into the sand, and because I can't see it can't see me. Well, if you're that critter that is going to be eating the ostrich, you're like, nice. It's not going to be able to run away now because its head is hidden away, and it looks like a nice meal for me. So I'm starting a series on what you can do about premature aging to basically stop that freight train. And you can actually, in some instances, reverse it, depending upon what it is that you want to do. There are really easy, simple things that you can do. There are things that are a lot more complicated and require more work. But the great thing about what I'm going to share is that they're all in 5-minute increments. So you can start out with 5 minutes a day and something that you do that makes you feel better and look better, and really starts to, take that premature aging freight train and go, not me. We're not doing that here. So I am super excited about this series, and really look forward to our next time together. And let me know if there's anything in particular that you're interested in. I also want to let you know that I have a YouTube channel. And on my YouTube channel, I put a lot of the content about things to do, and I have facial exercises and all kinds of things. So I'll put the link to the YouTube channel and would ask that you subscribe to that, so you don't miss out on any of the stuff that I have to share with you, because I'm super excited about it. There's so much that we can do. I don't want anybody to feel like it's hopeless, that there isn't anything that they can do, that this is just the way the rest of their life has to be, because it's not true. Not true at all. So that's it for today. See you later. Bye-bye.